Hey everyone, BSB here. If you're planning on multi-streaming with Aitum on OBS and want to keep your music off of YouTube live stream, then this is the guide for you. I'll walk you through the exact steps to get your audio set up so that you only have your viewers hear what you want them to hear. To get it started, the first thing we need is like an extra audio output essentially. And for that, we're going to go to vb-audio.com/cable. And then we're going to be downloading the driver pack 45 zip here. And you'll need WinRAR or 7-zip to undo them. Some systems allow you just kind of get into it, but whenever you get into it, you'll have an intimidating amount of files. But you really only need one here. So we'll create a new folder on our desktop right here at the bottom. We'll call it audio. We'll just open that real quick. Get our folders, our files over, and then close that out. We don't need any more. And then what we'll do is we'll download the Windows 10. I'm sorry, the setup here. We'll download the setup. I normally do the 64. Once you do your setup and you go through all of this, it'll allow you to install the driver through this. And once you install the driver, you'll notice that when you go to your audio settings, like the sound settings, you'll start to have a cable input and a cable M16 channel. And that is just going to kind of help us separate the audio a little bit. And you'll see here why in just a second. But once you get that downloaded, you'll want to go to your sound settings and then volume mixer. And let's say you had some other game or something like that. I would suggest using like selecting that like this and then changing it to the cable input virtual cable. So I have my scenes here. It's like I have like little blurps or little sound effects that will pop up. So I'll have that go to, or actually no, I'll have like third-party things. Like if I opened, let's say, a game or something, then it would pop up here. I would select the game and then I would select the virtual cable for all the sounds to go to the virtual cable. And then you can leave your Spotify to the default of whatever it is. Right now it's my headphones, so that's what we have here. And then once we get that all set up, like you want to set up your game, and this is kind of tedious and in just this one aspect, because every time you open a new game, then it will require you to, go to the sound mixer and then hit the drop down before you stream, and then select the cable input. Once you finish that, we'll go back to OBS here, and we'll go back to OBS, and in here we'll want to do a couple things. We'll want to first go to settings and then go to output, and first it's going to show simple, but you want to hit the down arrow and then go to advanced. And this is a nice little trick for if you're streaming on, or if you're multi-streaming to Twitch, you hit the little VOD track little check mark here, and I set mine to 2 and 3 because track 3 is where I'm gonna have no Spotify sounds at all. So anything on track 2 is gonna be good for any sort of like Twitch streaming or Kick streaming, TikTok, stuff like that. That's kind of like you're not really supposed to have like audio in your streams for the most part. but there's very few occurrences where people have gotten in trouble for it. So I tend to do it as well. But once I get this set up here, I'll just hit OK, and then I'll make sure that my audio tracks for my other ones are okay as well. So the first thing that we want to go to is when you open up Aitum, you want to go to advanced settings. Like you'll see all of your multi-stream outputs here. You want to go to advanced settings and then audio settings and set it to track 3 as well. So to make sure it takes in the audio from track 3. And then once you finish that up, you'll hit OK. And then this is where we'll actually we'll do one more thing. So I do have like Spotify as an actual source itself. So I just hit add application audio, and then we could do, you know, Spotify tests here. And once you have the Spotify test or your Spotify source created, hit the drop down and you want to select your Spotify premium, and then hit OK. And once you have your Spotify premium selected, it will start to actually generate an output here. So we have our Spotify premium here. And whenever we go to this list where it shows all of our audios, you'll see that Spotify test is right here, and we could start to change which tracks it's actually doing the outputs to. You'll have to do this also for your game audio. So you'll want to do audio input capture, and we could do like game audio or whatever you want to call it, you know, whatever you want. And then we'll do the virtual cable itself. So once you have the virtual cable there hooked up, then it'll start to detect your game audio, and we should have another little output, as you can see here. We can start to select our tracks. So we'll have to go back to that screen to start to edit it now. So we'll go to advanced audio properties at the bottom. You should see it at the bottom there, these little cogs, and then you'll see your game audio. You want to, select it for all the tracks you're using for your outputs, and you can use multiple, up to 6 here. So if you have your, like, let's say Kick or Party or some, TikTok, something like that, their outputs for audio to be set separately for some reason, then you want to just select your game audio corresponding with, whatever you have. The only one you have to watch out for at this point is Spotify. So I have my Spotify test here. We set track 3 to go to YouTube in our Twitch VODs, and because we don't want the video or the audio of Spotify to go to YouTube or the Twitch VODs, we'll just uncheck it here, and then it will no longer record the Spotify audio for the live stream for YouTube or the Twitch VOD. So we shouldn't have really any issues. This is a nice little get around for setting up your audio without having that like complex audio mixer. I honestly, when I saw it, I didn't really get into it, so I left it alone, and I still selected the outputs for like what I will live stream for Twitch. Like my output for Twitch is 2, so I have the audio selected there, and then I have also 4 selected because I have another audio for one of my outputs there. And then we can unselect all the rest, and now we're going to be just recording our Spotify audio for only Twitch live streams, not the VODs. And that should pretty much set you guys up good to go. Once you get that all set up, it's going to be a little bit more streamlined, and yeah, that's about it. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please remember to like and subscribe there, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day.